Hey there guys, what up Press.Start, my name is Luckful, and I'm over here today giving you guys commentary of a new Halo 4 ViDoc that's going up. Now basically this ViDoc is about the Forerunners and the new Promethean classes. That gives a whole bunch of information on the new classes, the new enemies, and the weapons actually, and the bit of the campaign as well. So it's pretty big ViDoc. I'm going to be commentating over this. If you want to check out the proper video with like all the 343 people talking over it, which I highly recommend, it's very informative, definitely go check out. It will be in the description below. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to point out some of the stuff that I noticed. Mainly I'm quoting them on and kind of pointing out my opinions on the stuff that they've kind of read out and that sort of thing. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to get started on my kind of analysis on this. So anyway, one quote which they said was, "What would be a race more advanced than both humans and the Covenant look like? We didn't want them to look like monsters. They're not monsters. We didn't want them to look like robots. They're not robots. And we wanted to make sure that the player had the ability to do stuff that they usually can, such as headshots and that sort of thing." So these are just kind of, I'm just finding these kind of things interesting. They're obviously taking a lot of care in everything that they're doing. The Prometheans, they talk you through the process, what they thought. As I said, they wanted something that was advanced, more advanced than both humans and Covenant, and they said that they came up with over 200 original ideas of what the Forerunners could look like, which in my opinion is pretty insane. I mean, I did a drawing just tonight and that took me absolutely ages, so obviously they're paid to do it and they have like all day and whatever, but I don't know, it's something which I thought of. And another quote which one of them said was, "The Knights are 12 feet tall and if it doesn't look menacing as it is walking and it doesn't intimidate the player, then we are not doing our jobs." And in a way, this just kind of points out the fact that these guys, or these knights, are meant to be intimidating. They're meant to be quite scary and sinister, and just generally, as he pointed out, intimidate you. So that's more or less, well, it says what it says, and I found that pretty interesting as well. And so, moving on again, Prometheans still have similarities to the architecture seen in previous games, such as pieces defying gravity, like they have floating pieces that are by the armor but not necessarily on the armor. Here you'll see them going through the prototypes for the Promethean Knights and how they are going to look, and this is where the "not monsters, not robots" quote came from actually. But as you can see, they came up with an absolute ton of prototypes and drawings, original drawings that could have been the Promethean Knights, which I did find interesting. Onwards and upwards, guys. You know what you're going to get with a grunt and a jackal and even an elite. Here we got something totally new. So obviously they're the Prometheans, and the classes, in case you didn't know, are Promethean Knights, Watchers and Crawlers. These are now confirmed to be the only 3 classes in Halo 4. Now I'm going to talk through some of the stuff that they said about the classes. Here you'll see they're actually talking about the Knights now, but there's a progression of Knight classes, each getting progressively stronger, and a base Knight is a little bit more powerful than an elite. So that kind of gives us an idea of the strength and the fact that even though they are one enemy, you can kind of get a feel that there's going to be multiple ones of them in the progressively stronger class. So here they're talking about the architecture and everything. Also, they say about how before they had to think about how enemies got into the playing field, how they got into the battle and that kind of thing, but they do actually say that Knights can phase in and out of areas at any time and anywhere. So obviously that's going to be quite interesting gameplay wise. You kind of see them teleporting everywhere, and apparently that's actually something that they can do anytime, anywhere, which for me, I mean, I'm not the most tactical of people. It's gonna get really interesting, I think, to watch me go up against that, so that could be interesting. Anyway, Crawlers are actually similar to grunts more than anything else, but we did kind of guess that in the previous video. When in a pack they are a problem, but when singled out they are not too difficult, which again actually I think is pretty similar to grunts in all fairness. And they can crawl on walls and ceilings, like you see them in the campaign like demo type thing that they did at E3, where they were all like crawling along the branches and one of them was underneath and that kind of thing. And at the time I was like, are they animals? But no, they were crawlers, and basically they can crawl on ceilings, walls, so that could be interesting as well. And another thing which I would just like to point out is that graphics wise, they've actually taken time to make animations for the character. There you can see the teleport there, but they've actually taken care in putting animations for each of the characters. Crawlers have these things where they like howl and all the pieces go off their body and do just floating in the air, and it is pretty insane how they do all that, to be fair. I mean, it's got to take a ton of work to do that, and the graphics look beastly, all the animations look absolutely sexy, so I think it's definitely worth getting this game. Just content wise, it just looks awesome from what I've seen. So anyway, moving on again, Watchers have been confirmed to be more of a support class. Watchers are actually able to generate knights, which I wasn't aware of. There you can see one of the epic howls and them climbing up the walls and stuff. So yeah, they are actually able to generate knights, which you'll see in a minute, and Watchers are actually also can burst out of knights, which we have actually seen before. Here you'll see him generate a knight. Now I wasn't actually aware that he could generate knights. I thought knights could generate them, but they couldn't generate knights, so I thought that was kind of interesting. And as we kind of know, they support players. They catch grenades, provide support such as shields, as you just saw. There's the grenade catching, so it provides a lot more tactical gameplay to be seen in these kind of areas. So hopefully, again, it's just making a new enemy. I think we're going to have to be a lot more tactical than we are with the Covenant. We're going to have to get used to these enemies, and in the way, it's new, it's good, isn't it? And so, anyway, now more on to weapons and stuff. Oh no, sorry, one last quote. Prometheans feel the most advanced of the bunch, bringing their technology to the battlefield. So again, it's just going to saying that they're going to be bringing their weapons and their epic technology-ness into the battlefield. Anyway, we try to make weapons recognizable, i.e. a rifle, a shotgun, a pistol, but as though they are magical. So in a way, that's exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to make them recognizable, but absolutely epic, and that you can tell that they're alien. So in a way, it does really look good. And every time you pick up a Forerunner weapon, as I actually pointed out in the E3 demo, it forms in your hand. It like separates. There you go, with the pistol there as it's showing. It's absolutely amazing, the animation for that. And there's this moment of, what is this weapon? What does it do? And when it forms, apparently you're going to be able to instantly recognize it. And the bolt pistol, which you just seen, has a single shot mode, which you just seen, but it also charges, and it's quote-unquote like a shotgun blast, which is quite interesting for a pistol, considering I think that could be a very useful pistol if it's like a shotgun blast when you charge it. I think that it could be a bit like the plasma pistol, except obviously not just remove shields, it could actually take down damage. So knights dissolve upon death, which we also kind of knew. They call this D-res, and they D-res from the point of impact, or the point of damage and that kind of thing, i.e. if you shoot them in the foot, as shown in one of the clips, they will actually de-res from the foot and outwards, and all this lovely stuff. Here you go, they're talking about the de-resing now. You can see the lovely animations, which, to be honest, they're absolutely amazing. I mean, you look at this animation, as you can see there, they're kind of demonstrating the animation then as to how it works and all that lovely stuff. And in a minute they'll show you guys. There we go, the dissolving from foot. It dissolves from the point of impact, which is very good. Now another quote which I found interesting, which is about the campaign itself, is that we're not just threatening one part of the galaxy now, we're threatening everything, which sounds a bit epic. The storyline's obviously taken off a lot from the old kind of Halo standpoint, where it's Halo, obviously it's going to wipe out sentient life and all that lovely stuff, you know, wiping out life, that's all lovely, isn't it? But it's going to continue on, and it's going to be bigger than ever. And they do want to make the point that Halo is evolutionary, not revolutionary now. They make the point of saying that everyone says that they want the same old Halo, that they want Halo again. They want this game to be Halo 3.5, some of them. But to be fair, what people say and what they actually want, as he points out, two different things sometimes. In this case, he believes that is they want something that feels familiar but is new, and that is what they aim to give. And from what I've seen and from what I've heard from people that have played the game in like E3 demos and all that lovely stuff, it would appear that they've absolutely nailed it. I'm so excited for this game. Obviously it's only like 56 days or something now until its launch, which is absolutely awesome. I cannot wait to get this game. So anyway guys, I'm gonna sign off now. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Definitely go and watch this video, because it's definitely worth watching and hearing all the 343 guys' opinion on it. Anyway, it's Luckful, and I'm gonna sign out there. If you did enjoy the video, please like, comment, all that lovely stuff. It really helps Press.Start and me and my channel and everything that could possibly help in anything else. And I'm gonna sign out now guys. I'll see you guys soon. Bye guys.